Why Nigeria? Because it's the number one by export for us, by import in Nigeria. Okay. We right now, for the last 5 years, Africa continent increased till 5-7% of export of Moldovan wine, which 6 years ago was around 1%. So everybody, that we're trying to promote, that it's a real culture. You'll see underground Moldova is full of wine. You know, we don't have oil, we have underground, it's wine. So, regarding the National Wine Day, as I said, it's a real, I call it a train, important train for Moldova, for the economy, even the wine sector. Regarding the education, today you'll visit the wine vernissage. It's the 25th edition. The first one was in 2011, where the national office wasn't already. What happened during these 25th editions? So it increased the education of the consumer in Moldova. So we have around 1,500 people per each edition. So if you multiply 1,500 to 1,500 per 25, you get a big number. It doesn't mean that there's a unique visitors. But what happened? So I remember perfectly the 2011, 2012. Each time we have 2 vernissages per year. It's a spring and winter. Spring is thematic. It's only white, rosé, and sparkling. The winter is already all, including the divine, the GI divine. So we promoted for each participant you give a glass for free. Well, for free, it's included in the ticket. But why it was important, this glass? Because we showed to the people that you need to taste the wine in the right glass. 20 years ago, you'll see a lot of people drinking from these cups. 20 years ago, yeah. So. So that we're trying to promote this culture. In the beginning, when we had a lot of visitors, the first question was, I would like to taste a red wine. I'd like to taste a white wine, or I'd like to taste a sparkling. Right now, they're coming and saying, I would like to taste Cafeteasca Neagră from 2024, because I remember that this was a good wine. So they totally increased, the consumption, the consumer, the wine lovers, they totally developed themselves. So they're coming already with the friends. They have also, you'll see, I once visited someone, it was just, it wasn't planned, but I was invited to someone's house, and I saw they had a big collection of glasses, around 15 glasses. And he told me that, Stefan, I'm coming each year to the vernissage, each edition. And he has already a big collection of glasses, Wine of Moldova, because that they receive them, they can take with them at home. So that's, you see a lot of people have this collection of glasses at home. And they increase their knowledge. And that's also important from the winery, because you educate the consumer. You present them the wines, they have the possibility also to discuss with the producer, or the oenologue, another thing which is unique of that. They never had this in the beginning. It wasn't so common for the producer to have the direct contact with the consumer, because we were exporting 85% to Russia. Nobody thought about the consumer, really. They were thinking only about quantity, not quality. Now they understood that they need to talk with the consumer. They need to present their wine. They need to explain why their wine is unique. What is wine, first of all, because again, they knew just red and white. So that a lot of education was done during these 12 years, and we see really good results in Moldova regarding the education. We see a lot of wine shops were created during this period in Moldova. We have a lot of sommelier in Moldova. We have courses for sommelier, which for other countries is something basic. For us, it wasn't. So that was important. So we increased this. This is our flagship. The flagship event is National Wine Day. After that, we have vernissage, and after that, we have a lot of activities that we are organizing in Moldova. So again, Moldova, it's a crucial market for us from point of view of attracting tourists in Moldova. We are working also on attracting tourists in Moldova, but we are mostly focusing on export, obviously. So what Wine of Moldova is doing, our team, each year the board is approving the activity plan. So European Union is the #1 market for us. The #1 country for export volume of bottled wine is Romania. The second country is.
What percentage do you export to Romania?
I will tell you the right. It's between around 20%, but I'll send you the exact figures, Romania.
And what percentage is produced by the private sector wineries?
Yeah, we have only 2 state-owned wineries in Moldova. This is Cricova, Milești Mici, which you visited. And why they're state-owned? We have only 2 state-owned wineries, because it's a national heritage. It's a patrimony. You see that underground cellars. We don't want that. The state doesn't want that someone privatize and they keep it just for it. It's a national treasure for everyone, and as you saw, that's unique in the world.
Yeah.
You'll never see something like that. So again, we are working right now, including this in UNESCO.
Yeah.
We even yesterday had the meeting with UNESCO representatives, because again, that's unique in the world. We try to promote that, not only this, but also the fact that Moldova has 2 layers.
Yeah.
The first layer and the second layer is underground cellars. Because it's not only Cricova, Milești Mici. There's a lot of wineries who have underground cellars, and a lot of people who have their cellars with wine beside the house.
Okay.
A lot of them with barrels. My father even had 2-3 barrls at home, with wine. So everybody, that we're trying to promote, that it's a real culture. You'll see underground Moldova is full of wine. We don't have oil, we have underground, it's wine. Yeah. Yes.
But what percentage is produced by the private sector? So minus the 2 state-owned from the amount that you export.
I think it's several percent. It's not so big.
So
Yes.
the 10%?
Even less.
Oh,
Less.
okay.
3-4%.
Okay.
Yeah, even less.
Okay.
There even something like 2-3%.
Wow.
We have also one state-owned distillery. Well, actually there are 2, but they're right now merging. It's called Aroma and Barza Alb. Barza Alb is white stork. So this also famous producers of distillate. Also this Divine. It's a unique product. We're right now promoting the Divine. We created a new identity for the Association of Divine, and we started promoting outside the country. So that's something interesting regarding the consumer behavior in Moldova. Because, for example, we are exporting 85% of all our wine, but in case of Divine, it's around 50-60% is the local market for Divine. Wow. So they see the local market as crucial, the Divine, but right now we try to extend also in other countries.
Yeah. And that 85%, how much of it is EU or how much of it is Europe?
60%.
60%. The other 40% is Argentina?
No, the other 40% is, so around 20% is the Asia.
Oh, okay.
25%. America is 5-7%, but this year, unfortunately, due to tariff, it decreased a lot. We had 26% in the beginning compared to 15% of other wine countries, which was crucial for us. Now they changed, but again, it's with this tariff war that's really crucial for us. It's a challenge. We started 2 years ago exporting in Japan and South Korea. We saw a 2-3 time increase of export in Japan.
Wow.
It's not a big amount. It's small, but it's growing, and we see this region as a potential for premium wines of Moldova. This part of Asia, so we're talking about South Korea, Japan, Hong Kong, also Vietnam. This with Taiwan also is a potential. We are exporting China, but as you know, China right now it's unclear the situation. We didn't have any till 2020. Till COVID, China was number 1 for us.
Wow.
So we're investing a lot in China. After the COVID, it changed everything. So right now, China dropped a lot.
They produce their own wine.
That's true. They also produce their own wine. They worked a lot on planting the vineyards. Even some of our ex-colleagues used to work in China for planting vineyards. Yeah. So they have a lot. Well, the Chinese wine. So that's the unique situation of China. It's also unclear. But this year, it's first time after 5 years that we are going back as a Wine of Moldova in China. Because after 5 years, we decided that we need to continue our activities on this market. We'll see. I mean, how it's a lot of work. We are creating the platform for the wineries.
And I want you to be honest.
Yeah.
When you think of Africa, what do you What do you think? And please be honest, just so that we can understand.
Yeah, I'll be very honest. We see a strong potential in Africa. This is why this year, for the first time, we included Nigeria in our budget. So we are planning in November to have an activity for promoting Wine of Moldova in Nigeria for around 15 wineries. They will be present there.
Okay. That includes you going onto the ground
Yes.
and
This-
having road shows and.
Yes, well, having just one activity we're talking about,
Okay.
and also promotion campaign. Why Nigeria? Because it's the number one by export for us, by import in Nigeria.
Okay.
We right now, for the last 5 years, Africa continent increased till 5-7% of export of Moldovan wine, which 6 years ago was around 1%. Now we see a potential, and also I know that because I'm also I'm the vice president of the Spirituous Commission in the organization International Wine and Wine. It's a huge organization regarding the legislation in the world, YV. So all the wineries, all the countries right now are talking about Africa continent as a potential for exporting the wine. So and we see.
Yeah. How did you start with Nigeria, and what are the things that you feel are the factors that make it a good collaboration? So how did it start? Is it them that came here? Are you the ones who approached them? How did that work? Do you work with the importers and the distributors? Because you want to see what are the templates that we can follow, but also make better, so that when you're coming now to East Africa, because Nigeria is on the western side of Africa, and we're from the eastern side, would also like to start promoting Moldovan wine there. But then, what are the things that worked?
Yeah, I'll tell you how it's working now. Okay, so as said, we have our board, right? We are presenting the plan of the activities. So we are presenting the several options. So they took the decision based on what we are presenting regarding the Nigeria, that it's our first experience of going, we as a state entity, and promoting into a country in Africa. We never had this experience before, because one thing is when a private winery is going and promoting there, which they're doing that, and another thing, we as a public entity going, because it's a totally different procedure from point of view of payment, different procedure. It's a public money. It's a little bit complicated, but it's a new experience. So how we are working, we have a group of wineries who are already present in Nigeria or other countries, and they are supporting right now with the context and with details in order to organize this event. Because again, for us and for me personally as a manager, it's important that my colleagues, they get experience. We analyze our second experience, and after that we take decision based on this experience, based on analysis of the data. That's how what happened with Japan, for example, a new market for us. It was the first experience. We didn't have any experience there. We didn't know how to work in that market. So we organized meetings. We organized presentation of wine for the sommelier in Japan. We had meetings with the state representatives. We had meetings with the importers. We did the wine vernissage in Japan. We were participating in the exhibition. So I'm not sure it will be the same way